So I've been meditating now almost every day for the past 3 months, and it's safe to say I've seen more improvement in my mental health, clarity of mind, idea of gratification, and overall sense of well-being and purpose than I have done in the 25 years that I've been on this earth. Now, I think to really understand and solve this mystery as to how I'll be able to become so much more clear and much more happy in my life, I think it helps if you look at the definition of meditation. So meditation literally means to become familiar with. And you're probably thinking, become familiar with what? Become familiar with who? The answer is to become familiar with yourself. You, yes you, the person watching this right now, you aren't who you think you are. You are a consciousness living in a human body. The same way that, yes, my name is Dilraj Gill, my identity, my ego is based off Dilraj Gill, but deep down, my soul, my inner being is a pure, raw consciousness. And once you can establish that in your mind, that you aren't your identity, you aren't your ego, then you can really learn meditation, learn how to really make it work for you. We experience 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. A lot of these thoughts are thinking about a future event or reminiscing about the past, and rarely in the future, but we'll come on to that in a second. What's more, these thoughts are all thoughts on a loop. You're always thinking about the same things, right? You just forget about it and remember the same things and think the same thoughts. The way that we're brought up in this world is we think, act and feel the way that our being is. Automatically, 95% of our consciousness is subconscious. Whenever we refer to subconscious, that's automatic programs, that's stuff that we can't control. And that means only 5% is conscious, or things that we can control. Okay? Now, if we're thinking, feeling and acting the same way every day, how can we expect our reality to change? How can we expect us to achieve our goals? How can we expect us to get what we want if we're being the same person day to day because we're thinking, feeling and acting the same way? Okay? It's going to take a long, long time, and a lot of people don't even change throughout their life. We are conditioned to being ourselves through the repetition of thinking, being and acting through day-to-day life. And here's where meditation comes in. When you meditate, take a few deep breaths in, you shut out your eyes, you close your eyes, wear a blindfold, whatever it is. You take your mind off the environment because you aren't looking at anything. You take your mind off time. A lot of you who meditate will know that when you go into a deep meditative state, you forget about time. Time isn't a thing. You lose track of time. Also, you lose track of your body, okay? Essentially, you lose your identity. You become one with consciousness. You forget about who you are. You forget about your ego. And when that happens, you can the beauty of it is, you can look at yourself objectively. You can look at yourself and critically think, oh, my ego acts in a certain way, and I don't like that. I'll give you an example. Throughout my life, I've always been a person who has had a bit of a short temper. I'm quite easy to get angry and frustrated over the smallest thing. Basically, still do at times, but much less effect. I used to let my environment dictate my inside, okay? Whereas it's the other way around. My environment is actually a reflection of me inside, okay? You have to change on the inside first, and that's the key thing. And that's where meditation comes in. When you meditate and you block out the time, the body and the environment, you move down brain waves, okay? So you have 4 different brain waves. So you have beta, which is what I'm in right now, when you're highly analytical, thinking about things, when you're most of your time thinking about solving problems or watching TV or taking information, you're in beta. Then as you move down into an alpha state, and eventually into a theta state, and then when you go to sleep, you go into a delta state. So as you move down those brain waves, what happens is your brain becomes more cohesive to thoughts, okay? And everything starts with a thought. And as that happens, you become more conscious, you become more aware, and you can critically analyze yourself. So as I was saying to you with my anger, okay? When I go into my meditative state, I can look at myself objectively and realize that anger is, I've been conditioned to anger. That's not the way I want to live my life. If we look at the consciousness scale over here, you'll see that anger, frustration and guilt are at the bottom, okay? They're low vibrational sort of feelings and thoughts. That's not where I want to be. I know that it's wrong to be there, but because I've been conditioned to be there, it's such that I remain there. The aim of meditation is to become aware, to become conscious of your thoughts, and to be able to go in and remove those thoughts. In a meditative state, I can sit down, visualize and think, okay, I'm feeling angry at times, I'm feeling frustrated. I don't want to react to those emotions. Now, because I've mentally rehearsed those feelings coming up and realizing that when they do come up in reality, I don't have to react to them. I can just feel them. I can't stop them coming up. The external environment will give me sometimes, stimuli to be aggravated or angry. I don't have to react to them. It's always a choice to react to your emotions, okay? You don't have to react to them. So letting them come up and letting them go. And as a result, I'm a much more whole person. I'm a much more laid back, chilled out person. Here's the key, right? You are internally dictating your outside world, okay? The moment that I let my environment dictate how I feel is the moment I give my power away. Okay, don't give your power away. Do not let the environment dictate how you feel on the inside, because that's giving your power away. And meditation, as I was saying, is a way that you can get in there, change those programs, change those looped programs of automatic sort of thinking, acting and feeling, and therefore be the person that you want to be. And that comes into the second part, which is visualization. I'm going to say something very, very important. If you aren't living a map to the future, you're living in a conditioned past. Okay, I'll say it one more time. If you aren't living with a map to the future, you're living in a conditioned past. And so many of us go throughout our lives expecting the outer world to change, expecting for new things to come into our life while we're being the same person. The kicker here is, to have a new reality, you have to change your personality. And you change your personality by going deep, by doing the shadow work, where you go into your consciousness and you remove the low vibrational states away from your being, and you practice feeling the high vibrational states of love, of compassion, of joy. You can feel that without, you don't have to wait for the environment to give you that before you go ahead and feel that for yourself. Okay, that's the key thing. You can feel that anyway, you're whole anyway. And when you can bring those feelings to the forefront now, without having your environment dictated to you, then you don't need to search for the environment. You aren't giving your power away to the outside world, okay? You have the power within you, and you keep control of that power, that energy inside of you. So overall, I think to sum up why meditation is so great for me, the one word would be metacognition. And that means an awareness and understanding of one's own thoughts. Guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content coming on fitness, spirituality, productivity, how you can really self-improvement. That's what we're doing over here, okay? Also in the comments, let me know what your thoughts are if you tried meditation. If you agree with what I'm saying, you could disagree, and let everyone else know as well how you feel. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos.